Hey everybody, it's Mike, aka that Reseller guy. It's Monday morning, the 14th of March. Had a fantastic weekend's of sale, 30 plus items, $1,600. We gotta go over a lot of that. I already did the cards and a couple other little things over on that card guide channel if you want to go check that out. That was $400 or $500 worth of items just in sports cards and collectibles. If you want to go support that channel too, I'd really appreciate it. We gotta get going on this stuff, so let's get going. Alright, a bunch to cover today. Might be a little bit of a longer video. We'll see what happens. But a couple points of notes here. First, the monthly contest, I'll announce the winner on Thursday. That's going to make this video too long if I do that. So you still have a little bit of time to go back to Thursday's video if you wanted to get into my monthly giveaway contest. You don't know what I'm talking about? Go watch that last video. So yeah, I made the big purchase of games and model kits from a local here in Arizona. This deal came to me through a friend. A big shout out again to my buddy Joe that passed this deal along to me. It did take quite a while to kind of get through and get to it and check it out and everything. The lady that I was speaking to on the phone, I probably spent in multiple phone calls an hour and a half to 2 hours from talking to her. The story's kind of sad. It's obviously someone is going to be passing on. They're not yet. They're in hospice. This was their collection, their prized items. And they were trying to get their house cleared out and everything, just in anticipation of everything happening. So you'll see in the picture here, I showed this before, I'll throw the picture up again. There's several different bookcases, and the one on the far left I think has books, if that's in the picture. That one I didn't get. There's one shelf that has a bunch of games, and these are all military strategy type games. A couple other miscellaneous ones, but mainly they're all military. And the other two shelves are all model kits, and these are all planes and tanks, and there might have been a couple ships in there as well. I think in all there were about 70 models that will be listable on eBay, or at least able to be listed. I did have a small stack of them that either don't have good sell-through rates, they sell super cheaply, and don't have good sell-through rates. Maybe they were missing the instructions. So far I found about 6 or 7 or maybe even 8 of those. So what I decided to do yesterday was I took one tote, actually 2 totes of items over to Bookman's that was from this collection to see if I could get some trade there on items I just didn't think were going to sell or would be a hassle to sell. And I've got so much of this stuff, I don't have a problem trading a few lower dollar items off if I can get items that I will sell at my collectibles booth. So here's what I did. I'll throw up again a picture here of the items that I took over to Bookman's. There's 2 totes in the back of the car. They only actually ended up taking 5 items, but they gave me $50 in trade for these 5 items. So I was pretty happy about that. They took one new sealed model kit. And the reason why it was new and sealed and I didn't list it, it sells for about 12 bucks when it sells. It's not a fast seller. They took 2 other little planes, and these were called pre-assembled model kits. So it's basically just like a plane figure. Same sort of thing. They sell for $10, maybe $12 when they do sell. And then they took 2 board games. And these were old sports 3M board games. One was golf and one was football. And the reason why I took those is they are in very long boxes and they're difficult to ship. They don't fit in a standard priority mailbox. Even ones that I had from like Amazon were a little bit too short for these games. So it was going to be a big hassle to list these. And again, they don't sell for that. They might sell for $20, $25 on a good day. And there's quite a few of them available, so it would have taken a while to sell as well. So I just figured I'd take those items over there. They took them, like I said, 5 items, $50 in trade, and I used a good chunk of it. I'm going to show you what I got. I kind of splurged on myself, or for me and my wife. We like playing shooting games on the Xbox and the Switch, so we bought a couple games for us to play. We bought Borderlands, Xbox 360. Now, one of the things I didn't know, if you're playing backwards compatible games, so we have an Xbox One, so we'll play the 360 games. But the only way you can back up your progress in the game is to have an Xbox Live account, which we did not have. So we did have to go in and pay for the subscription to be able to play this game and play through the full story. We played it for a little while before we figured it out. So we lost about 2 or 3 hours worth of gameplay that we're going to have to go back and redo. But first game we bought was Borderlands. That was only $5. It was super cheap. You can actually buy this game on Amazon for like $2 plus shipping. Yeah, so it's a cheap game. But it was kind of fun, so we're enjoying that so far. The other one that was suggested to me is Left 4 Dead. This one, we haven't played it yet, but again, this is Xbox 360, backwards compatible on Xbox One. This was brand new and sealed for 20 bucks there, which is the going price. I looked it up on Amazon. I think there was one for like $19.75, so 20 bucks for that one. So I used $25 of my credit for us, and then I bought 3 different Funko Pops for my collectibles booth. These will all go for 10 bucks in there. So we got Ghost from Game of Thrones. I've had that one a couple times before. He always sells well with those red eyes. People like that one. This is one of my favorite Star Wars ones. We got Chewbacca, and he's holding the porg in his hand to show you the little cuter picture on the side. Maybe without the glare. Yeah, right there. I can do it that way. Either way, that one was really cool. And then we got one from Wonder Woman. These type of pops fly off my shelf there. I put them in there for 10 bucks, and they go quickly. So, bought a few things. I still have a little bit of trade credit left, but I'll use that in another week or two down the road. Just for a little fun with this video, I'm going to have you guys, there's no giveaway with this one, but if you want to play along, that'd be great. How much did I spend for this collection? I'll let you know in a future video. What I want you to do is just down in the comments, tell me how much you think I paid for this collection. So you saw the pictures on the shelf. I'm also going to show a couple pictures of all the items in my car. It barely fit. I have a Ford Explorer. These barely fit in there. Now, there were about 6 or 8 models that were totally incomplete. They told me that ahead of time. I could have just thrown them in their trash can in the alley, but I know they're using that for a construction project they got going on over there. So I figured I'd take them out. I'd just throw them out at home. Like I said, they're beat up, incomplete, so they're worthless. So my goal with these models is to get them listed as fast as possible. I picked these up on Friday. It probably took me, we'll say, a half hour or so to load up my car. So in all, between phone calls, going back and forth a couple times, I probably have 4 to 5 hours of my time tied up just in the acquisition of the items, getting them back home and everything. They're actually still, what I haven't listed is still in my car out there. That's my project for today, is getting those all out of there somewhere in the garage where I can get to them easily and get them listed inside. Now, so the goal, 10 models per day. So I've already listed 30. I listed 10 Friday, 10 Saturday, 10 Sunday. I don't know if I'll get 10 today because I have so many orders and everything to get to. If I do, it'll be much later in the day. But I've done that so far. I've gotten 30 model kits listed, and I've got 5 sold already. So pretty happy with the way that these went. First weekend, already sold 5 of them, got some of my money back. I listed one of the games. It wasn't actually a war game, but they had a couple of these. I'll show you these real quick because I brought them inside. These are old Avalon Hill games. Avalon Hill is a great brand in vintage games. They do make a lot of war games and other things. But they made these as well. And this game actually turned out to be a pretty valuable one. It's Le Mans. It's a racing game. And what's cool about this, let's see if I can show you here real quickly, is this game was never used. So if you can see, it came with 4 pencils, still brand new and sharpened. You got the tokens still unpunched, and the little car figures still in the original plastic bag sealed. So made it a big plus. There's none of these out there on eBay right now that are unused like this, even though it's an open box. Sales are kind of all over the place. For used ones, $25 to maybe $50 tops. Being that this one's unpunched, I listed it for $80. Now, again, I don't know if I'll get that $80. Even if I get $50 or $60, that's still a great price for that one. The management game's probably a little bit cheaper. That one is played, but just figured I'd show you those real quick because I brought those in. Listed one of them yesterday. So I've gotten listed one game, 30 models, 6 items sold, 5 items sold. So let's go ahead. I think I'm done talking about that. Now again, put your guess down below. How much did I pay for this whole collection? You'll see in the pictures. It's a lot of stuff. There's some great hidden gems. And actually, there's a few more things that aren't in those pictures of the shelf. So add a couple $100 more. All right. So here's what we got. First up, I wish this person had more of this type of item. This is a little tank figure, and they didn't really have a lot of like little knick-knacky collectibles like that. They really like the games and the model kits. This is a little German tank, a little Panzer tank, and you can see in the back here, it's individually serial numbered, limited edition. Really cool. It's a really nice detailed tank. This sold for $40. I might have been able to push it to $50. There weren't any sales of any of these tanks that high, but this was the only one of the Panzer that was out there. Even $40 was pretty high for this brand and this model. But first item sold, $40. Really happy about that. We're going to go through all the models. I'm going to have to scroll down my list. I still got like 22 items I got to ship out today. First one is the Grumman plane. I'm learning a lot about aircraft, about decals and everything else. So this is Minicraft Hasegawa. And it's I'm not going to pronounce it, a Grumman Prowler. I think pronounce it Grumman or Grumman. I don't know how they pronounce it. Either way, there's quite a few companies that make these model kits. I haven't found one to be necessarily better than the other. I'm sure there's a premium brand out there. But most of these model kits are anywhere from $20 to about $30. They're almost all going to be in that range with a few outliers. This one here is the cheaper end. I'm not listing anything under $20. So This one, $19.99 plus shipping. It's a model kit. These are all new and open like this. So this one's new, and I'm going to just show you again. These are all the pieces like this. Originally, this would have been factory wrapped, these pieces inside. At least my guess is it would have. They're still new on the spine. Everything's there. And that's how the majority of these models were. Which obviously, if these were new and shrink wrapped still, it would be worth a little more. But as it is, it's a $20 model. All right, the next one. This is a Tiger Cat by Italieri. However you want to pronounce it. Italieri. I don't know how they pronounce the name. But same, you can see this one wasn't shrink wrapped, but they had stickers on the back. And you can see it was open. And this just shows the varied ways that these model kits work. So this one is still factory wrapped inside. So it's just listed as new open box. All of these I'm listing as new open box because that's pretty much what they are. I show pictures, I show in the put in the description exactly what it looks like. This one here was pretty good though. Yeah, this was a little bit better one. $34.99 on that one. Had a few of them that were in that $35, maybe even $40 range. So another good sale there. I showed you the tank already. We got to scroll down to the next one. This one's a Hell Diver, the smallest of the ones I sold, but you can see the box is a little bit beat up. Kind of the theme with all these. They made these in really cheap, crappy boxes, to be honest. This is a Hell Diver. What is it? The SB2C little US plane. This one sold for $34.99. So even though it's smaller, it looks like it might not be worth nearly as much as the other ones. This one's $35. That's why for all of these, I had to go and I had to research everything. What's available, what sold, what price points, and then kind of pick my price and what I want to put it at. This one, 35 bucks. All right, we got one more. It's right here. This is the B24 Liberator, and I guess this one you could use decals or paint it in a few different ways. This is a little bit older model, this Profile series, but not really expensive. $19.99. So even though it's older, you think it might be worth more? Nope, 20 bucks. That's why you got to look up every single one of these models. That's why the price I paid had to reflect the amount of work that I'm going to put into it. All right, I think that's about it for that models and all the games. If you want to have any questions about it, put them down below. Let me know. I don't think I forgot anything. Anything else you want to know about it, put it down in the comments along with your guess. How much did I pay for the whole collection? All right, we're going to move into these other items. So yeah, like I said, there is a total of 22 thrifted items or, you know, whatever that I got to ship out. I already showed you those 5. Next item I'm going to show you, I'm going to get this one because it's bigger and I want to get it off the table. This is a Scotty Cameron right here. Scotty Cameron putter. I'll show you the bottom of it. I guess he did this series for, what is it, Titleist? Just picked this up Friday at the local box lot auction. I always talk about going over to Mesa Auction. That auction's great. I've made tons of money there through the years. This was a pretty good one over here. This was in a bag with a bunch of random clubs. A couple people didn't know about it. I had to hang out for about an hour plus at the auction to wait till I got to this item, but it turned out to be really, really worth it. And actually, the funny part about it, on the top of it, on here, they still had a sticker. It had a $20 price tag. This probably came from somebody's garage sale. It didn't sell for 20 bucks at the garage sale, which is kind of surprising. But anyway, so at the auction, they listed this one separately. They pulled it out, and I ended up winning it for that $20. Now you do pay a 10% buyer's premium. So I paid $22.50 for this club. It does have a couple little issues. First up, it's fairly scratched out. Next, you can see these red circles? It's missing a circle here, it's missing one here, and it's missing one there. I assume those are just like little inserts that go in there. Maybe they can buy them. I don't know. Maybe someone just wanted this for cheaper because I listed this quite a bit cheaper than what a nice condition one would go for. In good condition, $200, maybe even a little more. But because it had a few issues, because it was worn, and it's a lefty club, which actually I could have used this. I putt lefty, so I got $129.99. Let me double check that price. Yep, that's it. $129.99 plus shipping. So I bought it for $22.50. I brought it home. I listed it the same day, and it sold the same weekend. And I'm gonna net probably a little bit over $90 just on this one item. So definitely worth waiting for at the auction to pick that up. It's the first time I've ever bought a Scotty Cameron putter. If you ever find them, or especially the head covers, some of the head covers go for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. It's kind of crazy the demand for these items. All right, I'm going to show you on the floor. If I bring items on the floor, a lot of times I forget to show them to you. But of course, this one's a football helmet. So I sold another one, sold a couple of them last week. Sold another one here. This is a Rydell helmet. Pretty nice one here. Got the padding in here. This one actually has the ear pads, just no chin strap. A lot of time I'll take the chin strap off if they're a little bit beat up, dirty. I think a lot of times people are going to want to replace those and get their own. But yeah, this one's really good, and this one sold for, I'm not prepared, down here, $49.99 plus shipping. So a $50 helmet, bought it for under $10. And you see my pop-up. I actually like the way that I've been doing these helmets. I take them out in the backyard on our turf that we have back there and take the picture so you kind of got the green. It looks like it's a little football theme. I like the way I've been doing these helmets now. So $50 plus shipping for this helmet. All right, now I'm just going to go up the list here so I don't forget anything. Next up, I'm happy to get rid of these. I've been buying some RC cars. Usually I buy the Gravedigger ones. I sell the body of it, and then I sell the tires themselves. They don't sell quickly, but they do eventually sell. These have been in my store at least 6 months, maybe a little bit longer. $12.99 plus shipping. So yeah, it's a cheaper sale, but you get $13 for the tires, maybe 50. I might have had them at 15 and sent a discount. And then the body of it, you usually get $15 to $20 for. So if you're picking them up for just a few dollars, break them into these two parts, I still think it's worth it. They always sell eventually. All right, next I got a baseball. We sold a few baseball themed items here. You'll see this is a autograph baseball, but it's a stamped autograph baseball. I've talked about these in the past. You can always see if there's like two right like that, and on the other side, two autographs, it's almost the perfect example of a stamped baseball. It's surprising how many of these are out there listed as real autographs. People just don't know. They look at it, I got an autographed baseball, and they throw it out there for ridiculous money. These aren't worth a whole lot. This one here sold for $9.99 plus shipping. I have sold some up to like $25. I sold the Yankees one last week for about $20 or $25. So they do sell. I usually pick them up for 50 cents to $1 a piece, get $10 or more. This one just happened to be a little bit cheaper, so $10 on that one. The next two sales are fantastic. I talked about this a little bit last week, that I've been procrastinating on getting some listings done. Got these two, and they sold the same weekend. I knew they would. These are in such high demand. These old scientific HP calculators. This is an HP 15C. One of the better models. There's a 12C. I have one of those. I need to get tested as well. Not worth nearly as much. So I had this one just loose by itself. I tested it. I ran the self-test on it. And there's no button that says self-test. You know how I found out about the self-test? I went to YouTube. You can find anything on YouTube. So it showed me how to do the self-test. So I show a picture of the screen while the test is running. Then I show another picture of the results screen. Lets people know that you ran the self-test and that it passed. So this one worked great. Sold for $120. $119.99 plus shipping for this little calculator. I bought this for $1 at an estate sale. And at that same estate sale, I bought a second one. This one, though, had the manual and the little slip cover that it goes in. Same thing. I ran the self-test. These worked great. But this one, because I had all the pieces, $219.99. Crazy. These are in such high demand. And this one is actually going overseas to the UK. So I'm going to ship it over to the global shipping program, and they'll send it over there. I can only imagine with all the extra fees, he's probably paying $250 or more to get this calculator. Shows you and how high demand they are. HP 15C, I'll put it up here nice and close. This is what these things look like. These things are really good money. You can usually get them pretty cheap. Even for parts, they go for really good money, even if they're not working. So be on the lookout for those. 15C is the best. All right, we go from those really great sales into one not quite so great, but I picked this up at the church rummage sale I went to a couple weeks ago. You've probably heard me talk about that and sell some items from there. This item was $1 at that sale, so I scanned it, saw that it was selling for about $10. I said, sure, I'll go ahead and get it. I always like looking at the original price. Best Buy, $49.99. Somebody paid $50 for this game originally. I got $10 plus shipping. So $1 to $10 on video games. That's pretty good. Oh, that same sale, I sold another item. So you saw me talk about these. This was the big find from that sale. Ski balls, wooden vintage ski balls. I had no idea. They just had a tote of them. It clicked in my head, hey, I should look up, see if wooden vintage ski balls are worth anything. And they are. This individual one, just one ski ball, $44.99 plus shipping. Yeah, $45 for one of these, and there was 11. I paid 50 cents per ski ball. It's going to be a good sale that I went to there. So one ski ball out to that guy, $50 shipped, because I even charged shipping for it. With tax, $54 is what he paid for that one ski ball. hopefully he's going to get it, test it out, or see if this one he wants and buy some more from me. At least I'm hoping that's what he's going to do. Moving up my list a little bit more, we're getting to this guy, another item that I'm happy. It's been up here on the shelf back here for quite a while. But this is really cool. This is the Star Trek Gorn Captain. And I'm not sure if you're going to see it too well in the pictures. Is there a picture on the side? Nope, just down there at the bottom. That's what he looks like. I think this was the creature that Captain Kirk fought on like a big slanted rock. It's a classic scene from Star Trek. Pretty cool. This sold for $30. $30 plus shipping. Actually, I believe I picked this up at Bookbins months ago for $10. So it does show that you can get items there for like $10. Flip them onto eBay for $30. So that was a good buy on that one. And next, some flip-flops. But these are Croc Flip-Flops. And I probably wouldn't buy these again. The only reason I bought them, I was at a thrift store and they were $1. They're marked 99 cents. Saw that they were Crocs, and actually I thought that my wife or daughter might be able to use these. They're too small for my wife, too small for my daughter, too big for my wife, however it worked out. They're in good condition, but you can see a few marks on them. The bottom, I couldn't really clean them up. I tried, but didn't really clean up too much. All being said, sold for $17.99 plus shipping. I'm just going to put them into a padded mailer, and they're going to ship out for about $5. I'll probably end up netting $9 or $10 on the sale. So, like I said, I may or may not buy them again if I found them for $1. But if they were $5, I definitely would not buy them unless they were for personal use. We're going to scroll up. We're going to go to a couple baseball gloves. So, 2 different baseball gloves. And the first one is a Mizuno Shadow Series. Is that this one? Yep. Black glove with these tan laces. I always like these two-tone ones like this. They look really cool. This sold for $29.99. $30 plus shipping. I charged $9 shipping. I put these into the padded flat rate mailers. They just fit in there. If you do it right, you can just close the end over it. Shipped hundreds of gloves that way. It works great. Ship them out for $8.20. So a $30 glove sale there. And the other one I think was the same price. I had it at $40. They sent me an offer for $30. This one has actually been in my store for a little while. And this one, here, let's put it on this hand. It's always feels weird to do this. This one's for lefty. Throw lefty. This one sold for $30. Yeah, this one looks like a much nicer glove than that other one, but really, they're worth the same. They're both $30 gloves. Whoops. All right, scroll back down on my list. Get back up to the next item. What is it? CD player. Now, this I've had for a while. This has been up on this top shelf up here hiding for at least a year, probably longer. But I bought it. It was brand new in the packaging. Got this at my local DI thrift store. Paid $3 for it. That's why I bought it. It was only $3. Like I said, it took a while to sell, but I got 30 plus shipping for it. So to get 3 into 30, I don't have a problem sitting on it for a while. It's brand new and sealed. So really good sale on that one. Here's a cheapy one. My Little Pony Twilight Sparkle. My favorite little pony. What one's your favorite little pony? Put it down in the comments. This is just some little one that has like a little CD with it. Little one. Something like this is usually I'm picking up for like $1 when at that local DI store. Sold for $12.99 plus shipping. So $1 to $12. I like those type of flips as well. Oh, well, let's see. Oh, we're almost done. 2 items to go. All right, we'll show these little ticket stubs. These are Kansas City Royal ticket stubs. They're called Phantom tickets, which means these were for like the World Series and playoffs, but that year they didn't end up making the playoffs, so they're called Phantom. They always have to print these things like a month or more ahead of time when they're in the playoff race, just in case they do. Then when they don't, somehow they get out to the public, and I get them and flip them on eBay. This stack sold for $15. So yeah, there's like 11 tickets sold for $15 plus shipping. And the last item, we're finally there. On my clock, it says 25 minutes. I don't know what it'll edit down to, but we'll still be in that 20-minute range. So thanks, everybody, for hanging in. If you're still watching and you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. That helps me out a whole lot, as well as that thumbs up button. So the last item is actually pretty cool. This might be, it's definitely not my favorite item today, but it's really neat. I don't know if you, as a kid, or I don't think this company is still in business anymore, but as a kid, we had the Charles Chips truck to our house here in Arizona. And what they would do is they'd give you an order form, and you could pick all these goodies you want, chips and cookies and crackers and all this stuff, and we loved it. My father loved it. So we were always ordering these Charles chips. And I'm sure they were way overpriced. They were considered gourmet, I guess. And it was always a big treat when that Charles chip truck showed up with your delivery. Had lots of goodies that day. So in the store the other day, I found these 3 tins together as well. It's over here on the shelf, as well as this one here. This is a Charles chip. This is a bigger tin. This one says that had Toll House peanut butter chip. So this one must have had some cookies inside. Oh yeah, because it actually says Charles Cookies on that one. And it had these 3 tins, so you can kind of see the size. These, from what I looked at on eBay, people were calling them sample size or salesman samples. All 4 of these things together were $7. I separated these out, so they were selling for about $10 each. So I allotted the 3 together, got $29.99 plus shipping. What's surprising is the bigger tin doesn't sell for nearly as much as these and doesn't sell as quickly. So I'm actually going to take this to my collectibles booth. I'll put it in there for $10. So pretty cool sale on these. Definitely brought back some great memories of being in probably elementary school days when the Charles Chip truck came to the house. All right, that's it for today. I really got to get to work, get this video edited, get all this stuff shipped out so I can list my 10 models later today. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate y'all. I'll see you next time.